Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Who can hear me? Hello, hello, hello. It's Queen's Derby night. Hello, Brian. Okay, so it is Queen's Derby night, and I admittedly almost blew it, but it's because I drove 9 hours, and then I took a nap, and then I woke up, and then it was showtime somehow. So, without further ado, we have a field of 8 tonight going a mile and a quarter for $1 million in Toronto, Canada. This race is often won by the Derby winner, but he is not here. You may recall that he, the King, won the Long Island Classic 48 hours ago-ish, 72 hours ago. So instead here we have a whole bunch of horses who are going to love the mile and a quarter. This isn't the Derby. This is later in the year. The week 8, 9 changeover has happened. So now these are technically late 3-year-olds, which means horses that are going to be really good as older horses are going to start to shine. Those horses are now racing against Story Unchanged, who won our Baltimore Crown. Can he go the mile and a quarter distance? That's what we're here to find out today. Number 1 on the rail is Lazy Dog for Pete Vela. This is a homebred by James Dean out of a Man of Mystery mare, Il Mio Amore. This guy was 5th in the Louisville Derby, 8th in the Baltimore Crown. He had no business being in the Baltimore Crown. Before that, he had won the Grade 1 Hot Springs Derby, 4 for 7 lifetime. He is a fast one. He broke his maiden with a 98. He's won with a 97 this year. I think that this is the horse to beat here today. I know Pete Vela is upset that he drew the rail just because he's been drawing the rail a lot lately. Let's see if he can overcome it. Number 2 is probably your second choice in here. That is Thanos. Thanos is a 3-year-old son of Happy This Way out of a Doctor mare. 4 for 7 lifetime for Danny Derby. This is a homebred. This guy was surprisingly 9th in the Baltimore Crown. I say surprisingly because he acts like he wants to run a mile and a quarter. He was 2nd in the Louisville Derby by a neck, so he was right there, almost won the whole thing. But he's bred to go shorter. So what does this horse want to do? We will find out today if the mile and a quarter is his game or not. This guy is another fast one. He did win a Grade 2 last year with a 99. Number 3 is Merlin for Randall Johnson. This horse is on lease from Elise Peverell. He did win the Stewards Cup Juvenile last year. He has won a Grade 1 this year, but he's been a little bit frustrating. He was 2nd in the George Washington, which was a Week 2 Monday race, which might have been coming back too soon. But then he came back to win that Kentucky Blue, but then he was 9th in the Derby, 4th in the Baltimore Crown. He's kind of up, down, up, down. He's already earned $1.4 million. Very likely that he could put it all together today and, obviously be a major force for the rest of the year. Number 4 is Courage Came First for Brianna McKenzie. This is a son of Master of Fright. He cost $550,000. 4 for 6 lifetime. This guy won the local prep, which is the Queen's Trial. He's actually won 3 in a row, including the Grade 2 Keyboard Courage Stakes. Last year, he wasn't really that great, but this year he's really come into his own, coming off of a 89 speed figure. Number 5 is Fun Visit for John Exet. Fun Visit, I do believe, is named after the fact that I was driving through and my kid stopped and basically fell madly in love with John and think he's like the bee's knees. And this is a son of You Never Know out of an Anointed mare. The mile and a quarter will not be a problem. 3 for 5 lifetime. This guy's coming off 2 wins in a row. John's kind of brought him along slowly. He is a stakes gallop. He broke his maiden first out, then he took a non-winners of 2 a little while later. Like he could have thrown this horse into stakes company. When he finally did, he did win a Grade 3 last out. Number 6 is Night Watch for J.R. Lewis. This is the second Elise Peverell leasee in here. Son of James Dean out of an Ants Marching mare, who's a nice mare. 4 for 7 lifetime. This guy's coming off a 10th place finish in the Baltimore Crown. I kind of liked him in that spot a little bit. Before that, he won the Puerto Rican Derby and the Oyster Bay. He could have run in Louisville. He didn't run in Louisville. Will that pay off today? Number 7 is Sincerely Harry for Keith Place. This is a horse bred by Keith Maidlow. Those two Keiths are not the same person. This guy is by Doctor out of a Just Victory mare that I used to own, and I'm not sure what happened there. Oh, maybe I leased her. 2 for 7 lifetime, only been off the board once. This guy's kind of an outsider in here just because he's not a stakes winner, but he did win an allowance with an 86-2 back. Rounding out the field on the outside is number 8, Story Unchanged, a homebred for Carl Smythe. This is the 3-year-old son of We Never Change. Carl had to be kind of coerced to run in the Derby. I thought he was a crazy person because this guy won his first Derby prep with a 98. And so I'm like, how do you not run in the Derby? Then he lost the New Orleans Derby by a neck to Thanos, who at the time was my Derby pick. And I'm like, well, if my Derby pick is just beating you by a neck, you should run in the Derby. Then he finished third in the Derby, and Carl was like, I wanted to go to the Baltimore Crown. Why did you yell at me to run in the Derby? And I was like, well, because any other player would have run in the Derby, because duh, when you have a chance to win the Derby, you run in it. But this horse was again third, beating only two necks. Came right back to win that Baltimore Crown on the lead the whole way, kind of unchallenged. He'll be looking to do exactly that today. There's not that much speed to go against him. Maybe Courage came first, but otherwise, this guy is expected to kind of be on the lead again. And that is your field. 3 minutes to post. Make sure you get your bets in for the Queen's Derby. Just wanted to give you a little bit of Queen's Derby history. This is the first leg of the Canadian Triple Crown. It was started in year 7. It was not started year 1. And John Exet has been like ultra in here. He's won it 3 times with homebreds. Eric Nalbone's actually won this race 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Eric Nalbone's kind of like back in a big way. He let his stable go a year and a half, I think it was, without touching them, and then he's like, now he's back into it. So his horses took a long time to get going because they hadn't done anything, but they're doing really well now, and so nobody wants to hear that. Everybody's like, no. Last year, your victor was Rebel with a Cause for Cleopatra, the son of Skyfall. And Rebel with a Cause, I do believe, is running later tonight against Cheru and Avada Kedavra. So that's a really nice race. If I'd had more time and stuff, I would have loved to call that one. It's a good one. Before that, the winner was the People's Horse. Other good horses to win this: Prince Louder, Ready Freddy, D.I. Hardy, Doctor, Mint, Grant. Basically, this race produces maybe better sires than the actual Louisville Derby. A lot of good, solid sires come out of this race. So, 1 minute to post. I'm going to kind of try and slap through it because I can hear screaming. My kids are not in front of a movie. They're in the bathtub, and I left them there like a bad parent. Don't worry. They're too big to drown. Well, okay. Can I redact that from the conversation? You know what I mean. There's 2 of them in a bathtub. They'll be fine. I can hear them screaming. They're alive. I'm going to have to just strike this whole thing from the internet. All right, let's get going. It is the, what is 52 minus 7? 45th Queen's Derby? That's actually kind of exciting. The betting pool is going to close at $16,900. We have a field of 8 set to go 1.25 miles. They're off in the Queen's Derby, and from the outside, Story Unchanged broke slowly. Story Unchanged broke a bit out, but the rest were away okay. Maybe a little bit slow for Merlin and Night Watch, but they're sorting themselves out now, and Story Unchanged is rushed up. Story Unchanged goes to the lead. Thanos and then Fun Visit. Courage came first, and Merlin. From the rail, it's Lazy Dog, then Night Watch, and Sincerely Harry is at the back of the pack. So it is Story Unchanged. As expected, he leads by 3. Thanos tracks that one, joined by Fun Visit. Then comes Courage came first and Merlin. Lazy Dog is 6th, but he's only 3 lengths off the leaders. Night Watch, and then comes Sincerely Harry. Story Unchanged. Wow, he's now opened up 5 lengths on the next horse, now 6. Story Unchanged. He is controlled, but he's going quite quick. Thanos sits second, watching that one go. Then comes Fun Visit. Courage came first, a length back. Then Lazy Dog, who picks up a spot. Merlin, Night Watch, and Sincerely Harry has dropped back 3 behind that one. Story Unchanged. He leads by 8 lengths, now 9. Thanos still chasing him in Fun Visit. They're letting him get away because they think he'll come back. It's Courage came first, then Lazy Dog, Merlin, Nightwatch, and Sincerely Harry. And now, as they go around that far turn with 3 furlongs left to go, Story Unchanged, he leads, but his lead is down to 4. Here comes Thanos chasing him. Lazy Dog's up into third, then Merlin and Fun Visit dropping back. Courage came first. It is Story Unchanged taking him down the stretch with 3/16 to go. Thanos is trying to chase him. Merlin and Lazy Dog doing very well on the outside. Story Unchanged, Merlin, Thanos, and Lazy Dog is rolling them all down. And Lazy Dog is going to blow past them all. Lazy Dog will get this Queen's Derby geared down by a length. Story Unchanged had to settle for second. Merlin third, then Thanos and Fun Visit. The official winner is Lazy Dog. He's a 3-year-old dark bay colt by James Dean out of Il Mio Amore by Man of Mystery. He is a homebred for Pete Vella, and this is his 5th win in 8 starts. I do believe Lazy Dog will be entered back for next week's Prince of Peace. So join us then. Good night.